welcome to our week 10 live. We are talking some starts and oh no, shoot. There we go. Had the wrong banner on. All right, there we go. All better. What's up, guys? Good to see you all today. Here for the down the stretch. Right, we got the playoffs coming up in fantasy. Only 3 more weeks for most of us. So these games matter. So let's dive into some start sit questions. First, we got J.K. Dobbins versus or Aaron Jones, not versus Aaron Jones. Dobbins this week has the Ravens. Jones has the Bears. I'm going to take Aaron Jones in this one. I just really don't want anything to do with the Ravens rush defense. So I'm going to stay away from that and Dobbins, and I'm going to take Aaron Jones. Let's see. We got, you're welcome. Tyreek Hill or Bucky Irving. I wouldn't get too cute with it in this one. I really like Bucky Irving, but I am going to go with Tyreek Hill. I just don't think you can pass it up. We saw 19 fantasy points from him last week. You saw him get involved. We saw him score a touchdown. So yeah, I would stick with Tyreek Hill, for sure. Let's see. I do want to ask real quick, just because we have this happen a lot. If you're throwing something in there multiple times, right? If we got like seven questions coming in, it's all the same question from you. I don't want to answer it because I want everyone to get an opportunity. So throw the question. I promise I'll see it and I'll get to it. You don't have to flood the chat with like 7 of the same question. All right. Baker or Herbert this week. Let's consult the rankings. So for me, I have Baker as my quarterback 6, and I have Justin Herbert as my quarterback 5. So I do it, I lean Herbert, but I like both of them for sure. Let's see. D-Hop, Neighbors, or Tracy. Gosh, I feel like you probably should go Neighbors. It's super gross, but I think you should go Neighbors in this one. Tracy would probably be D-Hop, but I just have no idea what's going on with D-Hop in Kansas City. But Neighbors obviously got DeVito. You have the injury. I don't know which way to go with that 100%, but I think I'm going to lean Neighbors slightly over Tracy. Over on Facebook, we got Bucky Irving or Josh Jacobs. And, I think I still lean Josh Jacobs in this one. Like I said earlier, I like Bucky Irving a lot, but I still think I'm going to go with Josh Jacobs. Let's see. D-Hop or Josh Downs. I'm going Josh Downs in this one. Kareem Hunt or Jahmyr Gibbs. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs for sure. Although I think Kareem Hunt's a top 12 option this week with no Isaiah Pacheco. Lad, DK, Neighbors, or CD. If I have to sit one, I'm probably still going to sit Lad, although I think he's going to have a pretty decent week. I'm just going to trust the other 3 more. McBride or Mike Evans. I'd go Mike Evans in this one, being back healthy against this Giants. Giants are allowing a perfect passer rating on deep passes. A perfect pass rating. Do you realize how absurd that is? So yeah, I'm going to take Mike Evans. Otten or Disley. I'm going to go Otten. JSN or Calvin Ridley. I think you got to stick with JSN. Let me see. Our rankings, by the way, are in our Discord. You can find that in the link of the video that you're watching, or of this live. And I got JSN as my wide receiver 18, and I got Ridley down at wide receiver 24. So I would go JSN for sure. Let's see. Bucky to the moon. A lot of people like Bucky this week for sure. I don't know if I can blame him. Roschon Johnson, or Jonathan Brooks. Oh, gross. I don't really want either. Can I say that? I think probably take the chance with Jonathan Brooks, but it's not a huge fan of either this week. Goff or Tua in this one. So we saw Tua kind of finally bounce back last week. But at the same time, Jared Goff is playing Indianapolis. I have Goff as my wide receiver, or as my quarterback 12, and Tua as my quarterback 17. And all of us fellows have Goff significantly higher than Tua, so I would go Goff for sure. Jaden Reed or Bucky in the flex. I really like Bucky, but I just feel like Jaden Reed's got such a good upside that I think you got to stick with Jaden Reed in that one. Bo Nix or Sam Darnold this week? I'm going Bo Nix. Bo Nix has been playing really well. He's playing Vegas this week. And Sam Darnold's got the Bears, who have been one of the best defenses against quarterbacks in the league so far. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Bo Nix. Who should I start at my flex? Thank you. Josh Downs or Juwan Jennings or Juan Jennings. I'd probably go Josh Downs because there's no Purdy, right? I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with all that grossness. Goff, Darnold, Love. I got to go Love in that one. Tracy or Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs still. Dobbins or Juwan Jennings. Now, this is a tough one. I might take the chance on the upside of Juwan Jennings. I just don't think there's a lot of upside this week for J.K. Dobbins. I got to eat my bagel because I haven't eaten all morning. Tracy or Hunt? Go Kareem Hunt. He plays the Panthers with no Isaiah Pacheco. Dude's going to be a easy top 12 option this week. Excuse me as I swallow. That's not a pause. All right. Josh Downs or Quentin Johnson. Go Josh Downs this week. Really need help. Should I start Chuba or Swift in PPR? I'd start Chuba for sure. He was playing really well. Swift, the issue, he's coming off a little bit of groin issue. He has the Vikings. I just don't like the matchup. I don't like how he's trending. Pay down or Trey McBride. I'm going to go Trey McBride with Mike Evans back. Tyler or Nix? Tyler. Who am I missing? What Tyler? I don't know who Tyler is. So I'm going to skip that one. Sorry. Odunze or Jacoby Myers? Someone tell me what I'm missing with that. Tyler's who? Rome Odunze or Jacoby Myers? I really like Rome this week. I'm going Rome. Kyler or Bo Nix. Thank you. I don't know why that. I go Kyler over Bo Nix, but I think it's actually pretty close this week. Samuel, I will give you credit for that call out. Yes, Kyler. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't make that connection, but thank you very much for that. Herbert or Mayfield? I got Herbert one spot higher than Mayfield. Tua or Murray? I got Murray easily there. This could have been it. You're right. I'll give you that. Tyrone Tracy or Ramondre Stevenson? I got Tyrone. No, do I? I don't know about that. I have Tracy one spot higher than Ramondre this week. Again, if you want those full rankings, they're in our Discord. They're free every single week. We come out with them. Bucky or Dobbins? Oh, I got Bucky higher. I do. And the main reason is just because of who J.K. Dobbins is playing. The Ravens got a great run defense. Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride, D-Hop. I'm going Harrison and McBride there for sure. McConkey or QJ? So QJ's been better from a fantasy perspective over the last 3 weeks. However, he's only done it on 15 targets. So that's just my worry is you need a long touchdown from QJ, which could happen against Ravens. Like, I'm not saying it can't. I think McConkey's a safer pick with probably similar upside. So I'm going to go McConkey there. QJ or Cade Otton in the flex? Gross. I'm going to go QJ. I am over Otton in the flex there. Austin Eckler or Chuba Hubbard? I'm going to go with Chuba. Still, I think Eckler's not a bad play at all. I think they're very close, but I am going to go to Chuba. Richardson, Goff, Darnold. I personally want to take the risk on Richardson this week. That's my case. If you were, hey, I need points for sure, I wanted a solid week, go Goff. But I want to take the chance on Richardson. Waddle or Jennings in the flex. Man, I'm sorry. Like, that should not have been a question from the start of the year. And then it shouldn't have been a question when the Brock Purdy gets hurt. I still think I'm going to go with Juwan Jennings, but it is very close. Do I start Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Calvin Ridley, or DeAndre Swift? I'm going to go with Ridley in that one if you're picking between those four. 2 out of Marvin Harrison, CeeDee Lamb, and Jennings. I'm going with Marv and CD. AJ Brown or Cup, please. Half PPR. I'd go AJ Brown and half PPR over Cup. I think Cup is, he's a volume guy. Obviously, last week I say that, and last week he had a 70-yard touchdown. So, we kind of put that to rest. But I am going to go with AJ Brown or Cup there. Jalen Coker out. What the heck, dude? So I gotta make some lineup changes after this. So you guys only get to 1150 because my dynasty team's hurting bad, and I gotta find a replacement for him. Metcalf or Scary Terry. I got Scary Terry one spot higher than DK Metcalf, so I'm gonna go Scary Terry. But I think it's obviously only one spot, so very close. Bowen X Baker Mayfield, give me Baker. Tyrone Tracy, Josh Downs, or Ramondre. I want to say Downs, but I think the right answer is Tyrone Tracy. I do. I think that's the right answer is Tyrone Tracy. Start 2, Quentin Johnson, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift. I'm going to go with the wide receivers here. So I just have no faith in Swift this week. The Vikings defense is too good. I really do have no faith. Let's see. DJ Moore. Between Moore and Addison. Ooh. That was a bigger bite than I should have taken. Sorry about that, guys. Debo or Thielen. I'm still going to go Debo this week. I'm still going to go Debo even without Purdy. Should I take May over Geno for the rushing upside? Still think I'm going to go Geno against Arizona. But I do agree that Drake May does have a higher upside, but I think Miami's been a good enough pass defense that I'm going to go Geno. Baker or Knicks. I think I've answered this one like 9 times. I'm taking Baker over Knicks this week. Jared Goff or Jordan Love. I'm going to go Jordan Love, but I do have that one very close. Tyler's got Love up as quarterback 5, so he's got a lot of confidence there. Love me a Celsius. That needs to be the next fella's partner is Celsius. I traded JT and Hop for Brees and Cooper. Did I win? I do like Brees for the rest of the season. I think Cooper and Hop are kind of up in the air. So I'd give you the dub on that one, but I do think it's very close. Jaden Reed or DJ Moore. I'm going to go Jaden Reed. Kraft. I assume you mean Tucker Kraft with a K, but I'm going to go with Hunter Henry there. I like this trade once. If you guys want to mix it up a little, some trades, some start sits, I like that. Henry, D-Hop, and Hawkinson for Mixon and DJ Moore. Did I win? That one's close, actually. Really close for me. Because I'm not a huge fan of Henry's rest of season schedule. And I guess it depends. If you don't have a tight end now, then I think you lost. If you still have a tight end above him, like a Kittle, a Bowers, a Kelsey, something like that, then you probably won. But I think Hawkinson's a good tight end rest of the season. But I do like DJ Moore significantly more than D-Hop rest of the year. So I think it's very close. I think it depends on what the rest of your team looks like. Aaron Jones or Kareem Hunt. I'm going Kareem Hunt. If Pacheco was playing, I think it'd be a little bit different. But with no Pacheco, I think you definitely got to go with Kareem Hunt this week against Carolina. Moore or Ridley. Let me consult the rankings because I don't know. I got DJ Moore higher by one spot than Calvin Ridley. Playing against Minnesota, it's a good matchup. So yeah, I'm going to go him there. Cup, Downs, Marvin Harrison Jr. Cup pretty easily for me out of those 3. Jaden Daniels or Justin Herbert. Jaden Daniels is my quarterback 2 on the week. So I would go him, but Herbert's 5, so I got both very high. Hunter Connor, this is where it starts to get really interesting. I like both. I got Connor really high this week. I really like him against Seattle, but I think I'm going to go James Conner over Kareem Hunt there. But I think both are very good. If you could start both, I probably would. Do I go McConkey? I would go McConkey for sure this week. Achane, Jacobs, and Irving. Which do I start? I would go Achane and Jacobs for sure. Yep. And then I think it's pretty 50-50 for me if you would rather go Irvin or McConkey in your flex. So that one's up to you. But for sure, A-Chain and Jacobs. Debo, Jennings, Watson, Douglas start to go. I'd probably go Debo and Watson this week. Ride the hot hand of Watson. Downs, Harrison Jr. or Metcalf. I'm going to go MHJ and Metcalf. I still like Downs, but not as much as the other two. Tyrone Tracy or D-Hop or Josh Downs in the flex. What do we think there? What do we think? I it's harder when you guys ask me the flex ones. We got to start doing flex rankings, so I have them to consult as of right now. But I think I'm going to go Josh Downs. No, I'm going to go Tyrone Tracy. I think I've said Tyrone Tracy already. So it's a toss-up between Downs and Tracy for me, for sure. QJ or Javonte Williams. I'm going to take QJ over Javonte this week. Just because the Denver backfield, I got no idea what's going on. We thought it was Estime one week, and then last week it was Javonte, and it was all Javonte. And so now it's like, which way do we go with this? I have no idea. Real quick, while I'm answering questions, let's do something a little bit fun. I want you guys to give me what you think the biggest upset of the week is going to be this week. So just throw it in the chat. We'll talk about a couple. But what do you think the biggest upset this week is going to be? I'll think about mine while you guys are throwing some out for sure. But I'll keep answering questions while you guys are tossing some out. Debo, Jennings, Ridley, Hopkins. I'm going Debo there. Sutton or Downs. I'm going to go Cortland Sutton. You got to ride that hot hand there. Go Cortland Sutton. Downs or Myers. I'm going Downs. Bucky Irving, Rome, DJ Moore, Josh Downs at flex. And should I start Jonathan Taylor for sure over Bucky? And then your flex, I'd probably go with I have Downs one spot higher than Moore, but I kind of like Moore at the flex to give you a little more upside. Cowboys. You know what? I can't do it. I can't trust Cooper Rush at all. I don't think the Cowboys can do it. 49ers over Packers without Purdy. As a Vikings fan, I would love to see that. I think that would be so much fun. And I do think Packers are very upsettable this week. Let's see. Start 2. We got Otten, Dowdle, Bucky, or Disley. I'm going to go Bucky and Dowdle. I am. Titans upsetting the Texans on a game when he's calling how it's going to happen too. Divisional matchup. That I think those are, if you're picking upsets, those are probably good ones. I understand we had a Cowboys earlier and they're playing the Commander. I just can't with Cooper Rush. It could happen. I'm not saying it's the NFL. Anything can happen. We got another Tennessee over Houston. You know what? They didn't look terrible, right? They didn't look great against the Vikings last week. Was it they played the Vikings last week? But yeah, I don't know. So that definitely one that could happen. Rams over Eagles. I like this one a lot. Right. I don't think it's quite as bold as the other ones. I think because they're much closer, but I do think that it's definitely one that could happen. All right. Bo Nix or Jared Goff. I'm going to go Bo Nix. QJ or Addison. I got QJ. Pollard or Dobbins. I got Pollard. Fleece him. Hunt, Tillman, Waddle, and White for B-Rob. I'd rather have Puka over all those guys. So whatever side got Puka. Who do I start? Bucky or Dobbins? I'm going to go Bucky. Calvin Ridley, D-Hop or Josh Downs. I have Downs higher. Ridley, I think, has a higher upside, but I'm going to go Downs and then I'm going to trust my rankings. Flex option, Hubbard or Jameson Williams. Right, JMO, it just takes one play. I'm choosing Hubbard because I think it's safer, but JMO, obviously, one play could happen. I saw a couple more of our predictions. Pats over Dolphins. I like that one a lot. I have that one actually as well. Bolts over Ravens. Think that one, that's going to be a Harbaugh matchup. I think that one's going to come down to the wire. I think that's might be the game of the week. CMC rest of season. I think he's a top 5 back. He's getting the volume. I think they're just going to keep using him. He's going to figure it out. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, why did we doubt him? Because he's a guy who's averaged 22.5 fantasy points per game over his career, which is just ridiculous. Would you start Evans over Jennings this week? Yes, I would start Evans over Jennings. Downs or D-Hop. I'm going Downs. Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, CD Lamb. I'm going to go CD Lamb and I'm going to go Mike Evans. just with Neighbors' injury. I think all those are close enough that I'm just going to stay away from it. Xavier Worthy or JMO in the flex, I think very similar players. I'm going to lean JMO, but obviously both of them takes one play, and I look silly if I, what's his name? Xavier Worthy has a big play. Kyler or Darnold, give me Kyler. Let's see. Goff or Geno. I got Goff one spot higher than Geno. Christian Watson or Adam Thielen. I'm going to go Christian Watson there. Jonnu or Otton. This is what a wild world we live in. That this is not only like a legitimate question, but it's a very pressing question as well, because these guys are both relevant. Who thought they were going to be this point in the season? But I'm going to take Cade Otton in that one. We have another Kyler or Darnold. I'm going to go Kyler. McBride or Hawkinson. I'm going to stick with McBride. I'm going to give Hawkinson, I think, another week to really get back into form. But once he's there, I think it's a legit question every single week. Bucky or Dobbins. I'm going to go Bucky. Dell or QJ. Half PPR. I'm going to go QJ. I can't believe I'm saying that. Whew, I need to check myself quick. Did I really just say I'm picking Quentin? I'm putting a lot of faith in Quentin Johnson this week. That is scary. But I against this Ravens defense, this is the defense to do it against. Lamb or JSN. I still have Lamb higher. I love JSN this week. I've liked JSN all season. I think JSN could be a league winner, but I am gonna stick with Lamb. Love or Herbert. I got Herbert 1 or 2. Nah, I think it's actually even more than that. I got Herbert 4 spots higher than Love. So I got Love a little further down. But Tyler, one of the other fellows, he's actually on our TikTok live right now, has Love as his quarterback 5 this week. So there's a little different of opinions between the fellows. 2 QB league, Richardson or Caleb. I like Richardson. I think that's who I'm going to trust. I think Caleb could have a decent week against this Vikings defense, but I'm going to trust in the upside of Richardson. Kyler or Herbert, give me Kyler. Dowdle or Ridley. I like Ridley over Dowdle. Pick 2, Neighbors, Zay Flowers or Mike Evans. I'm going to go with, who do I want? There, pick 2. I'm going to go with Flowers and Evans. Neighbors, yeah, I get it, but the injury and Tommy DeVito, I just don't want a lot of it. And what a mess of I'm sorry if you're a Giants fan, but how disgusting of an not disgusting, but like just how gross of a situation they've created over there. It's just an absolute disaster. Marv or James Conner. I'm going James Conner this week. Jennings or Worthy. I think I'm going to still stick with Jennings. Aaron Jones or Tyrone Tracy. I got Aaron Jones 2 spots higher than Tyrone Tracy. D-Hop, Jennings or Moore. I got Moore. DJ Moore or QJ. I'm going to go DJ Moore. Bucky, Kyron, Hunt, Gibbs, start 3. I'd leave Bucky on the bench there. I'd go the other 3, even though I like Bucky. Knicks or Goff. I'm going to go Knicks. Tyreek Hill or QJ. Don't get cute with it. Go with Tyreek Hill. 19 points last week. I think we're starting to see him get on a roll. I'm definitely trusting in Tyreek Hill. Herbert or Jaden Daniels. I got Jaden Daniels a little bit higher. Real quick, because wait. Before Jason, awesome. Sorry, Topher, I'll come back to Jason. Awesome question. Turkey or ham? So I'm a turkey guy over ham. I'll give it to you. But I've heard some discussion lately that we should be moving away from turkeys and hams and doing more fun stuff for Thanksgiving, like briskets and stuff like that. I'm not opposed to that. So I could see a movement away from the turkey and ham, but if I'm picking between the two, I'm taking both. Why don't you guys, we got Thanksgiving coming up. Drop down your favorite Thanksgiving dish in there, and we'll go over some of those while we're answering questions as well. I'll go back to you, Topher, since I showed it and then took it away. I got Baker a little bit higher than Love right now. Pollard or Bucky. I do have Bucky higher than Pollard, so I'm going to take Bucky there. JMO or QJ PPR. Oh, JMO Addison or QJ. I almost missed that. I am going to go QJ and JMO. I'm going to take the risk there. Mashed taters. Hey, you know what? I don't want to say it, but I'm not a huge. The only reason I eat mashed potatoes is so I can eat gravy. That's it. That's the only reason. I'll say it right there. turkey ain't it. I get it. I understand that the dislike of turkey. I do, but I still enjoy it. I still enjoy it. I just don't know if I can continue to eat it like for the 6 weeks after Thanksgiving with all the leftovers we usually have. Stuffing for the win, stuffing again. Just another way to eat gravy. Gravy is my favorite thing at Thanksgiving. So, and I think everything is just a way to eat more gravy. Steak instead of turkey. See, there's something I could get behind. I think that's a movement we should make. Deviled eggs equals Cowboys. Tua or Mayo? I'm not a huge Mayo fan. I'm assuming May though. I got Tua ahead of May. I'll get back to answering some of your questions. I know you guys don't want to hear me talk about Thanksgiving. Should I start Monty and Gibbs? Start Monty and Gibbs, yes. Drop Mooney for Benson. I don't remember how long Mooney's supposed to be out. I would hold. If Mooney's gonna be out more than 2 weeks, then yes. If not, I would hold on to Mooney. We had a DK Metcalf for Josh Downs. I'm gonna go DK Metcalf. Kyron, McLaurin, or Evans. Give me Kyron and Evans this week. Lamar or Daniels. I'm gonna go slightly with Lamar. Let's see. Oh, I just answered that one. May or Richardson. I got Richardson still. Watson or QJ. I got Watson. Are you sure about Neighbors? Because Flowers is so boomer bust and likely bust. I feel like the Giants are going to want to feed. So my issue with Neighbors is, right, I think they are going to want to feed him this week. I think they're going to try their best, but it is Tommy DeVito. So I think their best effort to try to beat him is still not going to be great. I think that the Ravens are going to have to throw the ball. That's why I would go with Flowers there. And then Neighbors is dealing with a groin injury, which I've heard a lot of people say, like, maybe, they should, I don't know, maybe they should have him wait a week. So that's my worry with Neighbors. I think there's just so much extra stuff going on that it's not just about how good he is on the field right now. Bucky or Chuba. I got Bucky a little bit higher, but I still don't hate Chuba. Irving or Tracy. I got Tracy a little bit higher. Thanks for the help. Yep, of course. Last one, May or Darnold. I got Darnold still a little bit higher. I think Miami's defense is pretty good. Sit 1, 2 QB league. Got Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Bo Nix. I'm going Bo Nix and Jordan Love. I'm riding the honey with Bo Nix against this Vegas defense for sure. Irvin and McLaurin, go McLaurin there. Who should I drop to pick up? Warren, Cooper, Shakir, QJ, or Otten? Only if you really need a running back would I wouldn't drop any. I'm going to be honest. I keep them all over Warren. If you're going to drop one, I'd probably drop Shakir. But I don't know. Yeah, Jay, sorry you missed last week. That was Lucas had a last minute thing come up, and then I ended up being sick. So we're back though. We're glad we're back. Bo Nix over Anthony Richardson. Yeah, I would still trust Bo Nix over Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson obviously has higher week-to-week upside just with the rushing. I think he does over almost any quarterback, but you don't want to bet on upside every single week. So yeah, I go Bo Nix for sure. Otten or Kittle. I'm still taking Kittle. I'm taking Kittle. The only tight end I take over Kittle right now is Brock Bowers for the rest of the year. That's the only guy I'm taking over. Let us see. So let's see, it's 11:20 right now. We got to go 11:45. So we got about 25 more minutes, guys. Let's see. Who do you think for the rest of the season, so week 12 on, is our running back 1 overall for the rest of the season? Saquon, you could throw CMC, Joe Mixon, Devon Achane, Derrick Henry, Gibbs, he could be in, Breece Hall, Bijan could all be in that. Who do you think for the rest of the season? We'll go points per game is the best running back for the rest of the season. Throw that in. I'll keep answering guys' questions as we go through that. Oh, wait. This is what I keep forgetting. I'll answer this and then start one. Marv, Downs, Ladd, or James. I'm going Marv. We are starting this next week a jersey giveaway over on Pickett. They're one of our sponsors. And what Pickett is all they do is that if you are like using Underdog or something, they connect to your account so you can see, hey, I'm winning or losing. And it's free to sign up. But if you sign up and use the code fellas when you do, you're entered in through Thanksgiving. We're going to give away a CD Lamb jersey. So if you're interested in that, I think there's a link down here. If not, head over to Pickett and use code fellas. Like I said, completely free. That's all you got to do. And you're entered to win a CD Lamb jersey. So I just want to throw that out there because I don't want to forget and then, people get mad at me. So we got some CMC. We got Saquon. We got start 2, Quentin Johnson, Tank Dell, Deebo Samuel, or Josh Downs. I'm going to go Deebo and Josh Downs on that one. Tyreek Hill or Aaron Jones. Tyreek Hill. I don't get cute with Tyreek Hill this week, guys. I have him as a top 5 option at the wide receiver position. I am as a top 10 flex option this week. Don't get cute with Tyreek Hill. Start Tyreek Hill. Let's see. Non-PPR. St. Brown, DJ Moore, Deebo, Johnson, Dobbs, Dell. I'm going St. Brown and DJ Moore this week. CMC. See, that's where I'm at. I think it is CMC, which I think a lot of people don't like because obviously we haven't seen him for the beginning of the season. But I do think it's CMC. Love or Herbert rest of the season. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. He's been just absolutely cooking. And I'm going to ride the hot hand there for sure. Tyrone and Tracy, J.K. Dobbins or Hopkins, PPR. This week, I'm going to go Tracy. Mixon is elite. Yeah, I was so on Mixon the last 3 years. And then this year, I was like, I just don't think 27 years old, new team, right? It's just so much stuff we're getting against him. And I wasn't like I was out. He's still top 12 running back for me, but did not see something like this happening for Mixon. He's fantastic. Looked very good. And I just don't really see it slowing down. I like CMC slightly more. I like Saquon slightly more. But I think him and Henry are a very interesting conversation. Saquon, yeah, just from the athletic ability, it's very hard. Saquon has showed us this year that, hey, whatever you thought of me on the Giants, I am that much better. No matter how good you thought I was, I am better than you could have you imagined. So for sure. Dowdle or Hubbard this week. I'm gonna go with wow. I think I want to say Hubbard, but I think Dowdle might be the right move. I have Dowdle higher, so I guess I'm gonna say Dowdle. Neighbors or Marv. I'm gonna trust in Marv. The Neighbors injury is just worrying me a little bit. Along with everything else going on in New York right now. I don't know. I feel like we could be on the verge of seeing some Giants just mentally checked out for the rest of the year after just the way they handled the entire Daniel Jones situation. Jared Goff or Jordan Love. I'm gonna take Jordan Love there. Let's do the same thing with wide receiver because I think that one's a little more wide open. Drop in here as well. Who do you think the number 1 wide receiver is for the rest of the season? Jamar Chase might be the easy answer. So I'll interested in what you guys think of that. Thoughts on Tyreek for the rest of the season? I think he's fine. I think he's top 5 wide receiver rest of the season. The only worry is that they get so far out and they just shut everything down. That is my only worry with Tyreek Hill. That they just shut everything down with them. The risk gets too bad. But I think he's fine. I think he's a top 7 option for the rest of the year. Who's my sleeper running back to pick up? Unfortunately, it was Bucky and Tracy. If you're looking to pick up a guy, Trey Benson might be the guy. That he's just been behind on it, working with an injury. Jalen Warren's another interesting one to pick up. If you're really trying to find, probably those two. Maybe you could dip for Roschon Johnson. I mean, I'm not super confident in any. Trey Benson would probably be the number 1. Nico is wide receiver 1. It's so hard to argue with. Looked so good. What he was doing before he got hurt, came back. I mean, he should have had a huge night, but he gets called the 7-yard touchdown called back. Definitely hard to argue there. AJ Brown, fantastic. My only worry is just they don't throw enough in that offense. And so he just needs, and then you have DeMonta Smith. So when you are throwing, you're splitting between the two. That's my only issue is I think there's just too many mouths to feed and just not enough going around. What do I think of Hawkinson? I think he's just returning to his role. I think, he got a little ramp up time. And so, I think Hawk's going to be just fine. And I think he's going to be a top 5 option for the rest of the season at the tight end position, which really isn't that difficult to do as of right now. CeeDee Lamb or Tyreek, I got Tyreek still. I think that's just having Tua there compared to having Cooper Rush there. I think that's really what it comes down to. But yeah, I'm going to take Tyreek over CD. Well, we are dwindling down with questions, so I think we're going to take about 5 more minutes here, guys, unless it really starts picking back up, because I got to get some underdog pick'ems in, and I got to set some lineups because I just found out that Jalen Coker's not going to play, and unfortunately in my Dynasty lineup, I'm starting him, Dontavian Wicks, and who's the other guy this week? Just listen to this. I'm starting my wide receivers this week, my 4 wide receivers, Xavier Worthy, Nick Westbrook Akine. I was starting Coker and Dontavian Wicks. So who do I pivot to? Do I go with Kendrick Bourne or Deontay Johnson? I was perfectly fine. I'm 11-0 in this league, but just buys are killing me right now. So who do I go with? Let me know. Do I go with Deontay Johnson or Kendrick Bourne this week? Let's see. What receiver rest of the season? Hill, Nico, Cup, AJB. That is that your receiver core? I don't. Could I get a clarification on that question? I'm gonna go Irving or McLaurin. I'm gonna go McLaurin. Gino or Stroud. Give me Gino this week. Although I do think Stroud's good by low in Dynasty, especially. Should Jerry Jeudy be started next week? I can't say yes. Just because they play Denver and he's playing Pat Surtain. That's the issue. Thoughts on Terry? He's good as long as Jaden Daniels is good, and Jaden Daniels has been pretty good. So yeah, he's got to be a top 15 option moving forward. McLaurin's, Evans, or Lamb start 2. I'm gonna go with McLaurin. Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Evans and Lamb there. I think McLaurin is just on the outside of those 2 right now. I think, and you know what? I think no. I'm gonna stick with Lamb because I think he's just gonna get enough volume. And then I got to go Evans, especially against the Giants this week. Which one's better? I see. I misread the question. Hill, Nico, Cup, or AJB, Chase, and Puka. All right, so let's just go through. Chase, Nico, pretty similar. Puka, Cup, I give it to Cup. AJB, Hill. I'm going to go AJB, Chase, Puka, but I think it's very close. You as well, sir. Thank you for joining us. Dowdle or Hunter. You mean Kareem Hunt, I would assume. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt there. Jameson Williams or Bucky Irving. I'm going to go with Bucky Irving. Next week, Njoku or Hawkinson. I got to look at the schedule next week. Browns against Broncos or Vikings against. I'm going to go Hawk next week against the Cardinals. Hunter Henry. Or Dowdle. I'm going to go Dowdle then. Dowdle over Hunter Henry. Sorry. Evans, Lamb, McLaurin. I'm going to go Evans and Lamb. Ridley or QJ. I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Ridley. Let's see. Skip next week's questions. Well, I'm just answering it as they come in. If I got time, I'll answer them. And I had time. Tua or Gino this week. Give me Gino just slightly. Hubbard or Downs. I'm going to go with Downs. Alrighty. It is 11:30. Eli, of course, thank you for coming to answer some questions. If there's no other questions, I'll give it about another minute or 2 if you guys want to just rapid fire anything you got left. But it seems to be kind of slowing down a little bit here, so I'm going to hop off, not pop off. But yeah, just drop any questions if you got them. Reed or Swift, I'm going to go Reed. Jennings, Debo, or Jameson, pick 2. I'm going to go Debo and probably JMO this week. Jameson Williams. But yeah, that wraps it up for today, guys. Thank you again so much for joining us. We'll be back again next week for week 13. We got 3 podcasts coming out. We got short form content every single day. So make sure you're subscribed everywhere that you can be. And the last question to Grace: Stevenson Downs or D Hop? Give me Downs. All right, guys. I will catch you later. Owen, Caleb, always the Vikings. Always rooting for the Vikings. All right. Deuces. And we will see you hopefully on Tuesday for the podcast.